All right, guys. Been gone a long time. Conflicted scheduling. Today is November 23rd. Sunday afternoon, fresh off the 1 o'clock football games. Fresh off
Week
the
12.
week 12 of the NFL season. Fresh off
What a nail biter.
a Patriots victory and a Detroit Lions nail biter.
Survival.
Oh, my goodness.
Detroit Lions survival.
Absolutely. That's exactly what it was a survival against a cast-off quarterback that nobody wants. But at the end of the day, we all know when he plays, he can throw for damn near 280 yards every time he's on the field, regardless of his weapons.
Yeah.
He doesn't have anybody. He has nobody to throw the ball to in New York, yet he's still throwing for 280 yards and 2 touchdowns. So we got to give Jameis Winston his credit. Tremendous. I think he's a really good quarterback. I mean, a backup quarterback.
I said it before the game started, too. He's either going to throw for 110 yards or he's going to throw for like 300.
310, yeah.
So,
And he's pretty damn
and
close.
he comes out the gate and scores on him. And
Yeah. Catches a touchdown pass, throws for 2 more, responsible for 3 total touchdowns. But then, as we discussed in the game, Jameis Winston will make a Jameis Winston play in the biggest moments. His inability to move the football late in the fourth quarter when the Giants were getting the ball back after Detroit had scored. I think it was the Gibbs touchdown, 49-yarder, I think, at that time. All he had to do was consistently move the ball downfield. And, I mean, he was missing targets, and then once out of every 8 passes, you'll get like a missile. And it's like, whoa, where did that come from? But not a good win for the Lions. I would say it's not a good win at all. They were coming into this game as 13-point favorites.
yeah,
And you escaped. You had to finish the job in overtime.
it would have been such a Lions move to end that game in a tie.
Oh, yeah.
I was hoping for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been pretty bad as far as what that would mean for them as far as the positioning in the standings, the playoffs. Because as it sits right now, prior to the game starting, they're on the outside looking in. So they need to win every winnable game on this schedule, and with the injuries that they've sustained, again, at the beginning of the year with their secondary, couple players they have I don't think are playing up to their standards. Kirby Joseph's been out the last couple weeks. That's obviously been, an issue for them. It's Tucker or who got the interception today for the Lions? Some one of those new kids. But they went from being a Super Bowl favorite, Thomas Harper.
Yeah, I don't know.
They went from being a Super Bowl favorite, last year. Going into this year, there were extremely high hopes for this team, this offense. And with what they lost in the offseason with Ragnow and Zeitler going to Tennessee, they're just not that team that they were last year and the year before that will pound the ball up the middle, will ground and pound you.
They're not pushing teams around like they were because you had that offensive line to push.
Yeah.
We're dominating everybody.
You have a guy who's playing center who that's not his natural position. You have a rookie left guard, and you have a left tackle who I think has expired a year and a half ago. Taylor Decker has been exposed this year, if not more than any year, and it's time to and I've heard, Detroit needs to focus on in the draft looking at the best center available possibly to get somebody there, and then you can start shifting people down. You can move Glasgow back, then you can move Ratledge to the outside, the tackle. But
Is that what he is? He's a left tackle.
Ratledge?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's a guard. I think he's a guard.
I think you spend your first round draft pick on your franchise left tackle.
You have to get an offensive lineman.
You can sign a center.
Yeah.
You got your right tackle.
Well, can they get a center? Because, I mean, all the money that's floating around as far as keeping guys around.
You could get somebody for a couple million, 1 year, 2 year deal. And then you draft your center in the draft also next year.
Yeah.
You sign your guy, you sign a, experienced center for 1 year, like a Zeitler.
Yeah.
But a center. And then you plug in that second or third round center that you may have drafted the year before.
But now, when you talk,
if you draft offense, if the Lions draft offense on this next draft, it better be an offensive lineman.
They need nothing else other than that. I mean,
maybe a tight end because who knows with Laporta,
cracked vertebrae.
That doesn't sound like a easily recovered. Like he might be out for a while.
Yeah, and when he does come back, that lingering thought of, damn, I went hard like that and I cracked my damn vertebrae.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to do that anymore. It's a tough sport, but players got to protect themselves. You can't look at Scadaboo. Guy goes head first into everything. You gotta protect yourself as a player.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not going to be playing in the league for very long. You're going to have injury problems and life after football. Quality of life will not be good.
I think the Lions specifically, they have two glaring issues, and it's not even on the field. Like you basically don't have an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And nobody on your team knows how to call offensive plays. Dan Campbell's not an offensive play caller.
No.
He's not. He doesn't even look that focused on it.
It's easy for any coach to say when you have a running back like Gibbs that just give it to Gibbs and let him do his thing. You know what I mean?
I don't think the plays are any better that are being called than they were with Morton.
Right.
So I don't get it. You gotta find an offensive play caller that knows what they're doing, like a Ben Johnson. I think right now is when Ben Johnson leaving is showing that it's hurting us.
Yeah.
Us as in Detroit.
Chicago won today. They're 8-3.
First place.
Green Bay won today. They are 7-3-1.
So the standings stay the same?
They remain the same. The Vikings have fallen to 4-7. And that loss to the Vikings has really come back to hurt the Lions because if the Lions get that win against Minnesota, they're obviously tied with Chicago right now at 8-3, but they have the tiebreaker, so they're in first place. The thing that Detroit has going for them, me personally, is excuse me. Teams like Chicago, Detroit just owns them. You know what I mean? Now they played Chicago early in the year before that offense could really start generating. I don't think it was the offense that was the problem. Not when your defense is giving up 50 points.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think when it comes down to that second meeting, I think Detroit's not going to have any issues beating them handedly. I don't think they have any issues beating Green Bay either. I think Detroit, I think this, if anything, and I'm going to try and stay positive, but I'm also going to give another opinion on the matter as well, the Detroit Lions on the season. A win like this against a team that you probably should have controlled the game, the entirety of the game. When you just squeeze by these games, I'm hoping that they say, look, we take nothing for granted. Nothing is for sure, as far as wins go. We have to take accountability for almost losing that game against a pretty bad Giants team. I mean, they're 2-9. They're not very good. Okay. Maybe taking accountability will help them focus more in practice. Maybe it'll help them practice better. Maybe it'll give them a better outlook on, okay, what are the things that we do right? What are the things that we need to focus on? What are the things that just don't work for us, and just abandon those completely. But on the same side, when you look at it, from a different perspective, it's okay. This is the Lions. This is a different Lions team. This is not the same old Lions. You should have beaten the Giants by at least 2 scores today.
Yeah.
No excuses. You're at home. You're playing against a backup quarterback. Again, Jameis Winston is what he is. There's no Malik Neighbors. There's no Scadaboo. And to be honest, I don't think even with Scadaboo that he would do much damage against this Lions defensive front.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's almost like they showed up today and they were like, "Hey guys, it's the Giants.
That's what it is. They took him for granted. They took it all for granted. It's Jameis Winston.
Yeah,
he's a nobody.
You know what, let's handle this real quick. Let's get home. Rest up for Thursday."
Yeah.
And then they went out there like, "Yeah, this is gonna be nothing. Look at them. Like, put the second string in, ha." And then all of a sudden they come out and they're like, "Oh shit!
Got punched in the mouth.
Oh shit!
Got punched in the mouth."
Yeah.
And
they're like scrambling and they're dazed and confused and looking around like, where the fuck are we?
They say everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the mouth. Then you got to change the whole fucking thing. But at the end of the day, the problems are you don't have that interior push from your offensive line to where you can give the ball to Montgomery and expect him to get 5.5 yards a carry. You don't have that anymore. Everything is going to be Gibbs to the outside, or Gibbs making a move or dancing to make a play, just like Barry Sanders used to make. Right? So at this point, your offensive line has broken down. Jared Goff not only has become a liability because of his cap hit going into next year at what, 69.5 or $71.5 million, which financially that's almost $100 million cap hit. Like, yeah, it's 30 million away, but $70 million cap hit, that's huge. That's holding you back from signing so many things that you could potentially need. Well, sure, you can go out and draft an offensive lineman and you can draft this and draft that, because Brad Holmes has a good track record of drafting good players and developing them, But at the same time, this team, where they were last year, 15-2, handling teams left and right. Dallas.
It's not that team.
It's not. It's just not. And you don't have Frank Ragnow there. You're all pro center. You don't have Zeitler there at your left guard. You have to do things a little differently this year. And when you have to go that route, we're talking about all year long in Detroit here. Oh, you need to go out and get a defensive end. You need to go out and get a defensive end. That's the one piece on defense we need. It's the one thing we need on defense. Well, look at your safeties. Kirby Joseph hasn't played in a couple weeks. Your cornerbacks, you have issues with Taron Arnold. Injury problems now. He's been out, the last 2 weeks as well. On top of when he does play, 35% of the time, he's either giving up a big play or he's getting a flag thrown on him for being too physical. Pass interference calls. You know what I'm saying? So you need a little bit more than just a defensive end. You got to go out and get a defensive end, sure, but you got to look at the long haul. Okay, if I have corners that can just shut these receivers down and lock these guys down, the quarterback is going to stay in the pocket 2-3 seconds more. I don't need that guy that'll get to the quarterback in the snap of a finger and pay $25 million to go and get him and give up a second round pick. And with Trey Hendrickson, guy's been hurt all fucking year long. So at the end of the day, the people that are like, trade for Hendrickson in the offseason or whoever, guy's been hurt.
Yeah.
You would have gave up a second or a first round pick for a guy that won't even be playing because he's been hurt. And
that's to say if he got hurt in Detroit, if he's in Detroit.
Take the pressure off him, rotate him in and out.
Can't dictate he's going to get hurt here. That's kind of like a...
Well, I don't know. Didn't he get hurt last year? Too? He missed a couple games last year because of injury or something?
I don't know.
My overall outlook on the Detroit Lions so far is, do I think they're good enough? Because at the beginning of the season, the ceiling was the Super Bowl. It was Super Bowl. Do I think they're good enough to win a Super Bowl right now? Absolutely not.
Don't worry about them winning, getting the playoffs.
As it sits, you're not even in the playoffs. You have to worry about getting into the playoffs. And that's one thing that I think will also keep them on the straight and narrow is Dan Campbell's a hell of a motivator. And being a player coach himself, he's going to tell the team, listen, don't look at the press clippings. Don't look at the standings. We're going to take this a game at a time. It doesn't matter if we're in third place now. By Thanksgiving, by the end of Thanksgiving, we can be in first. You know what I mean? So I think Dan Campbell is a good coach to keep these players' heads on right. He has been so far, I think, his tenure in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think everything comes down to coaching. It's the talent. I don't think they have the talent. The line is a big issue. You're not going to be able to run the ball effectively up the middle on defenses without a good interior offensive line. They do not have that. They just don't have it. They have a center who is, like we said, not his natural position. You've got a guard who is a rookie, and you have a left tackle in Taylor Decker who has become a liability to this line. We watched a couple plays today where he allowed his assignment to make a play. And I think, it's so much more deeper than, well, we need to go out and get a defensive end. Well, yeah, you could go out and get that. But then you also need an offensive lineman. You also need a couple offensive linemen. You're probably going to need another cornerback.
Yeah.
If Taron Arnold doesn't get his shit together.
Maybe some depth.
Yeah.
Depth moves.
The Lions are not good enough to win a Super Bowl right now. I don't think they're good enough to go on a Super Bowl run. I think they would be good enough to win the division because, like I said, I think they'll beat Chicago and Green Bay. What is Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah. But what if they don't? I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer, but
if they don't, then they're showing their colors. They're showing us what they truly are. They got to work on it.
Who gets fired?
No, I don't think anybody does. I think if anything, there's a change to the OC. I think Morton will be relieved of his duties.
Yeah.
Calvin Shepard, first year as a coordinator. I mean, those guys are always under the microscope.
Yeah, but I think he's been the better coordinator. The defense, I feel.
Sure. Yeah, sure. But I think personally, you. So whose idea was it to bring Morton back? Do you know off rip? Or
I would have to assume it was Campbell's.
Okay.
'Cause he was the passing game coordinator.
Yeah.
For Ben Johnson. But I think he left. He was let go.
He went to Denver.
Or something, yeah.
To develop Bo Nix.
And then they got him back.
Well, I think it starts with if anybody loses their job, and If they win the division, I don't think anybody loses their job.
Fire Brad Holmes.
Oh Christ, it'd be a revolt in the city. If anybody was to lose their job, I would imagine it would be Morton.
Yeah. I think he's out regardless.
Yeah. Now you look at the flip side of it. If they go on a big playoff run, get to the NFC Championship, and win, go to the Super Bowl, you got to think Morton and Calvin Shepard would be getting looks. From somebody.
I honestly think Morton's out regardless.
They win a Super Bowl. Hey, come on in here, Johnny. Look, we got to have a word with you.
We're going to mail you your ring.
Yeah, congratulations on leading our offense to a Super Bowl, but we just don't think you're good enough to take us to a Super Bowl. So you're fired.
You fired.
You're fired. You're done.
They fire him at the White House just so Trump can say you fired.
Yeah, they whisper in his ear.
Yeah.
They whisper, Mr. President, we're firing John Morton today. Can you let him know? I'd love to. It's going to be great. It's going to be beautiful. I'll pull him into my office personally.
Some say the best firing.
And I'll tell him, look, when one door of opportunity closes, another opens. Mr. President, would you hire me? Oh, no, I'm not going to do that.
No, bro, you suck.
You were just fired. I'm not going to hire you. No. You're obviously not a hard worker. You can't work for me. Security, immediately, please. And then John Morton gets thrown in federal prison for the rest of his life. All because he allowed himself to be fired as the OC of the Detroit Lions. But, hey, woo, Lions won, right?
Win's a win.
Yep, get it done.
Forward on the field.
Yeah, forward down the field.
Something.
A charging team that will not yield. Patriots with a big win today. First team on the season, 2-10 wins. Man, I've been questioned more times than Coach Vrabel about how I feel about the Patriots and how excited I am for them to be back. And I've also heard the negative criticisms as much as anybody has. Well, they haven't played anybody. They have a cupcake schedule. Well, what do you want us to do when we just go out and win 3 games? You want us to go out and play the fucking Eagles? You want us to go out and play the fucking Chiefs? Not saying we wouldn't go out there and kick their ass any goddamn ways. But look, the teams you put in front of us that are legitimate Super Bowl contenders, the Buffalo Bills, we beat them. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we squashed them. There's not a team in the league right now that can beat the New England Patriots. Nowhere. Not on this planet, not on Mars, not on the moon. And come Super Bowl Sunday, and I'm telling you right now, dude, if
I gotta believe the people from Moron Mountain will come to Earth and beat them.
No. Oh, God, no. Listen, we got an MVP caliber quarterback playing right now who just led us to a huge win over the Cincinnati Bengals. Huge win. We have a rookie running back who's going to probably end his career with more rushing yards than Barry Sanders.
Could be rookie of the year.
Very well could be. We've got a plethora of receivers in Booty and Diggs, in Kyle Williams that at any snap of a finger can make a play. We just have everything we need except for the fact that we had like several injuries to our offensive line today.
Yeah, that's a big one.
But no, I've been asked by coworkers, how come you're not excited about the Patriots being 9-2? And, I tell them it's being a Patriot fan. You have a certain level of expectations to where and what you will allow yourself to be excited for. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, man, the last 2 years around here, dude, when the Lions went back-to-back division titles, it was nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Nuts. Oh, back-to-back. Everybody's going crazy. Patriots win the division, and it's just kind of like, okay. And it's not, and again, it's like I said earlier, it's not, us as fans, Patriot fans, saying we're better than you. Our team's better than your team. It's just winning so much sets a higher standard. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if you win, if the Bills won like say they won like 4 Super Bowls, would you be excited about a division title when you know what the overall goal is? It's
I could see how you could become complacent with that. Like,
sure.
I mean, we're at the very least we're gonna win our division. Like that's and having that mindset. I mean, I think I would, as a fan, I would get excited.
It's a game we circle on the schedule, no doubt. I mean, everybody does. You know, you got to hear about it in the media. Patriots can clinch with a win this week and this loss from Buffalo or whatever. But
you always want to see your team do the big things they're supposed to.
It's like validation, I guess. Like, yeah, like I knew we were good and they went out and won the division. Like, okay, guess what, man? There's 6 other teams that do that, right? There are 6 other teams that are going to be putting on the same shirt and hat you're putting on right now. Division champs, division champs. We own the West. We own the East. There's 2 other teams that are going to be wearing that. The East and the AFC, East and the NFC. But, so I'm excited for is, okay, yes, we're 10-2. The Colts lost today, so that's huge for us.
Mm-hmm.
Like that may put us as the number 1 seed in the AFC as it sits.
I think it does.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's,
no one's,
because they were 9-2 going into today as well. There was another team in the AFC that was pretty good. I don't know, Denver or somebody.
Oh, yeah.
I literally have the standings right here in front of me. Denver's 9-2, Indy's 8-3, and outside of those 2 teams, I mean, we're looking at Buffalo 7-4, the Chargers 7-4, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like we're down to the last 5 games of the season.
Yeah.
Like this is it. We are 3 games up on the division. We're 1 game up. All we got to do is stay 1 step ahead of the curve. And I'll start getting excited when we put ourselves in an opportunity to get that first round bye. Because at that point, all you got to do is win 1 game and you're in the conference championship game. And for me, it's like, okay, now we can start getting serious. Like I take it all seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like I love football. I just love it. I take it all seriously, but those are the moments where like you're sitting at the edge of your seat and you don't even want to get up to go to grab something to drink because you're like, I can't miss a snap. I can't miss an audible of this game, And when you know as a fan, okay, if I get this first round bye, it puts us in a game that is going to give us the opportunity to play for the opportunity to compete for a Super Bowl. So it's like, okay, boom, get the first round bye. Okay, say we're playing the Colts in the divisional round. As a fan, the thought starts sinking into your head. Okay, yes, I know we have to win this, but if we win this, we're at home. If we win this, we're 1 win away from the Super Bowl, and that's huge. Just getting there is big because of the 2-week hype there is behind the game. It's not like a 7-game series between the, whoever wins 4 games. It's 1 game. You know what I mean? And it's just every week in football is like, it's like an opportunity to just get closer and closer and closer, So division, of course, that's as a fan looking at the standings, that's in the crosshairs. That's coming up, man. You know what I'm saying? As a Bills fan, I know it hurts to hear that, but
we're not out yet.
No. It may be something that you guys need. Maybe it's a wake-up call for Buffalo to say, look, We're not the favorite anymore. Now we got to come in through the back door. So let's shock everybody and go through that back door and just silently take them out left and right, left and right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, dude, Buffalo and New England, a third meeting, if they meet in the playoffs, anything can happen.
Yeah.
I think Buffalo's good enough to beat the Colts. I think Buffalo would be good enough to beat Kansas City.
I think when they're firing on all cylinders, Buffalo could beat anybody.
Anybody. The record doesn't reflect how good they truly are. You know? And maybe that's the case for the Lions. Maybe their record doesn't reflect how really good that they are.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You know? But I'm just looking at it from what I'm seeing as far as, oh my God, as far as record, games remaining. My goal right now as a Patriot fan, where do I want to see my team? I want that number 1 seed. I got to have that number 1 seed because then
It makes our life so much easier.
But like if we go, like, if we're at home and we lose at home, I can deal with it because it's like, okay, look, we had every advantage. We were at home. We had the elements of outside in Foxborough. You bring a dome team like the Colts to Foxborough in the wintertime, we've seen them crumble, you know, like a cookie.
Yeah, it's like the Infinity Gauntlet of having the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Going through Foxborough, and to be honest, going through Kansas City has been equivalent to having to go through Foxborough for all those years.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are almost unbeatable at home. Almost unbeatable at home, like in the playoffs. Yeah. I'd love to know what their playoff record is since their Super Bowl, since that year they won the Super Bowl, that first year against the 49ers. Would they win? They've won 3. They've been to 5.
Yeah.
You know, it's got to be pretty darn good. You know?
Their playoff record at home?
Yeah. Since 2019. But like I said, I can handle a loss if it's at home, you know, and it's like, okay, look, we didn't play good enough. You know, I'm to the age now to where if my team loses, look, I'm not making excuses.
13-1 since 2019 in home playoff games.
Unbelievable. That is unreal. That's almost like you're not going to win when you go in there.
It's got to be like the best record since then.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But again, you know, you get teams like Indy, like who's another top-notch team? Like we'll just say Jacksonville somehow gets into the playoffs. You know, you think they want to go to Foxborough in January and play a playoff game when it's 20 degrees out and snowing? Oh, nobody wants to go there.
Didn't that just happen to them? I think they might have been
the Jags.
The Jags were.
When?
Didn't they make the playoffs like 2 years ago? I think they were the home seed then. I don't remember.
I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Or it might have been Miami. Miami had to go to Buffalo
or Kansas City or something. I think it was Kansas City.
It was one of those two teams. Yeah, it might have been Kansas City because that was the big deal of Tyreek going home.
Going back to Kansas City, and they got like mollywopped.
Yeah.
But that number 1 seed is everything. We have, I think we have a good shot to get that. There's 2 teams on our schedule remain that like are going to be the nail biters. It's Buffalo again, the second game against Buffalo, which thank God we are at home for that one, and the Baltimore game. Because Baltimore's getting all their players back healthy. Lamar's back. With as weak as that division is, they could be 6-4 and 6-5 and lead that division. You know, not a very convincing win against the Jets today. It still seems like if you shut Derrick Henry down, they're a little, you know.
He had 2 touchdowns, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you take Derrick Henry out of the equation, like you force Lamar to beat you through the air.
Yeah, Eagles are up 21-0.
On who? Dallas?
Yeah. Hurts has 2 rushing touchdowns. A.J. Brown receiving. It's Cleveland, Vegas. It's 14-3 Cleveland. Shedeur is 7 for 11 for 127, 1 pick, 1 sack. Judkins has 18 yards and 2 touchdowns. Shedeur Sanders. You think he's gonna make it?
Well, I
You
think
think people are hating on him, or do you think he can?
I think this is his chance. I think this is his opportunity, which you only get one. You only really
You
get
one shot, one opportunity. Seize your moment.
I mean, yeah,
Everything you ever wanted.
yeah. If you can win,
You capture it,
or
just let it slip.
that's the question. What am I missing here?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought there was something going on, like a pun or something that I wasn't catching on to. Yeah. Shedeur, I don't ever want to see anybody fail when it comes to like a pro level because that's their dream.
Yeah, but he's a jackass.
I know, but look, karma will come back and get him if
He's
that's
only
the
in the
case.
NFL because of his dad.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. The karma will come back and get him if he's not meant to.
I think the karma's right here. Right, going 7 for 11.
That's not bad. 7 for 11 is not bad. Only 4 incompletions. It's not bad. Talk to me in like 45 minutes when he's like 7 for 22 and
He thought he was a first round pick. That's the thing.
he went in like the 5th round or something like that.
So dad doesn't even want to watch him.
No. I mean, fuck, it's the Cleveland Browns, man.
He said, "Nah, that motherfucker sucks."
He said, "Nah, you think I'm spending my time watching that game? Boy, you out your mind."
I got things going on here in Colorado.
Yeah, they got big.
That's what he said.
Colorado.
That's what he said. He's like, I got my own things going on here in Colorado. I don't know what I'm doing. I said, we know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We know. We damn sure do know. And I was kind of pulling for primetime to be a good coach. Like I wanted to see him.
I mean, he very well might be. He's not very good on. You can't. It's kind of like Trump. It's like you can't be that type of person in the media. You're asking for problems.
Yeah.
You can be a talk how you talk person behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to go on national TV and talk to the camera like I talk to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't. That's his problem. Like, he says things on the mic that are like, "Oh, he said this." Oh, to keep his his name in the spotlight and in the media and the eye on Colorado. Because let's be honest, if it
National
wasn't
publicity,
it wasn't Deion Sanders, head coach of Colorado,
it wouldn't have gotten anything.
They would have no coverage.
None.
Because there are plenty ex-NFL players that are coaching in college right now that have like no huge spotlight.
Yeah.
But just because he's Deion Sanders, he's Mr. Primetime, he's a mouth. He's the hard cutting, ideas of the game and say what you want. But then I also see videos of him, helping people and being a mentor behind closed doors. But if Shedeur wasn't his son, he probably wouldn't even been playing for. He would have been back even in what school did he come from?
I think it was Jackson State.
Jackson State.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was only there because of his dad. His
Yeah.
dad got the job there.
And
it's almost like both of his kids were coming out of high school and they got no offers. So he was like, you know what? You're going to play college ball. And he approached like, I'm going to get a job here and you're going to come here. And then it's like, well, I elevated that job into the Colorado job. I'm going to take you. And look, my boys play for Colorado. They're great. They're going to be in the NFL. Mm-hmm. But really, they didn't even belong on that Jackson State team. Shedeur did nothing throughout college.
Yeah, and the fact that they retired his jersey was kind of ugh. I think his career record was like 13 wins and 12 losses or something like that. And it's like they retired his jersey. Why? But that's what that's what happens when like a team like Colorado is looking for like a big public relations move. What's going to get us in the news?
Yeah.
Oh, let's hire this coach. Like, remember when the Colts hired Jeff Saturday to be their interim head coach or whatever? Like, are you kidding me? It's a joke. He's an ESPN analyst. He's nothing. He's not a coach. Like, I'll do credit to him. He was a great center, Super Bowl champion, but he was never a coordinator. Wasn't like he was the offensive line coach or the
Right.
offensive coordinator.
Hey, was he was he on a coaching anywhere before Jackson State? Or is Jackson State his first?
I don't know. I think Jackson State might have been his first coaching job.
Well, fuck, his first head coaching job was probably their high school coach.
Yeah. But yeah,
But if whatever he does, I think he'll be a bust.
Dion or
Shedeur.
Shedeur. Yeah, Shedeur.
I don't even think the other one, Shiloh. I don't even think he's in the NFL anymore. I think they got released.
Prime Prep Academy, AAA Academy, Trinity Christian.
That's where he coached.
Yeah.
Now see if those were check what high school Shedeur went to.
Yeah, they
What?
Yeah, you take care of that bunch there. I'm trying to see if I can find the presser from the game today. But
what coach did he? Trinity Christian?
yeah.
Trinity Christian High School is where Shedeur went. So
Yeah.
Dion was his high school coach, his college coach,
Followed him the whole way.
and then suckered the Browns into oh god.
Well, that's okay. That like I said, if it's meant to be, if he's great, if he turns out to be good and an NFL quarterback, then you know what? Then he is what he said he was, and good for him. If he turns out to be nothing, then people will be like, told you so. And they'll forget about him. Just like people forgot about Minshew Mania, brother, and the Tebow Mania or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Tim Tebow was, and it sucks so much because I love Tim Tebow at Florida. I thought he was, because I watched a lot of the Gator games
He was
that
a
year.
great college quarterback.
He was phenomenal. I thought with his size, with his mobility in the pocket, the way he could throw on the run, and take hits. Like, dude, he'll run you over, man. I thought he was gonna be I thought he was like gonna be an NFL caliber quarterback. Now 2006 or 7, whenever he came out of the draft, 8 even maybe. I was a lot younger. I didn't really have the knowledge of, well, he'll be a good NFL quarterback or he won't be.
Yeah.
But look, he won a Heisman, 2 national championships. He was always putting up numbers, breaking records at a great university at Florida. And when he got drafted by Denver, because I have his jersey, the Broncos, because I was a huge fan of his. And I think they started that year. It was like 2-6. And either I forgot who the quarterback was. He got hurt. Might have been Cutler or Kyle Orton, one of the two. Whoever it was, they got hurt.
I think it was.
And Tim Tebow came in.
Might have been Orton.
And won like 6 or 7 games in a row. Took the Broncos to a wild card appearance. The Pittsburgh Steelers were the defending AFC
I was just saying,
champions
he beat the Steelers
on an 80-yard touchdown
I
pass.
remember that.
Mind you, it was like to Demarius or Julius Thomas for like, it was like a 20-yard like cut route
Yeah.
that they took it up for 60 yards. But nonetheless, like Tim Tebow did that. That was him. You know, he made plays happen. And for them to like cut him or trade him, whatever they did to bring in, like, I get it's Peyton Manning. I get it. You know, Peyton Manning was like the cream of the crop as far as like free agency goes and all that crap, you know. But they should have kept Tebow and said, everything that you do really good, that's awesome. But Peyton, obviously, you know,
It's Peyton Manning.
it's Peyton freaking Manning.
Sit down and just learn.
Learn how because Tebow had like accuracy issues from time to time. He couldn't throw the ball like really accurate. So he could tell him, and Tebow was a left-handed quarterback. You don't see many left-handed quarterbacks that are like freak shows in the NFL. You know, like learn from Peyton for the next 2 years, and then when you're ready, when Peyton leaves, here's the keys.
Yeah.
You know, but they just so quickly threw him right to the Wolves, and then he bounced around the league for the rest of his career, and he came to the Patriots, and
Which wasn't very long. He was only in the
oh my
league
God,
for,
in the league,
maybe
a couple years,
5 years maybe.
in the baseball thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, give it up, dude. At this point, just stop.
Let's go to church.
Yeah. Be with your family, bruh.
Head on out. I'm sure you have enough money.
Go pray. But yeah, there's a lot of quarterbacks that don't get the proper development, you know, that they should. I think Anthony Richardson is another one from the Colts. The Colts that, you know, when you just throw a rookie quarterback into the mix with like nothing at all, becomes an issue.
Yeah.
You know, and at least Daniel Jones going to the Colts, he had experience with the Giants. He had some time under his belt. You know, Richardson, you're drafting a kid who college is nothing like the pros. Everything's way faster. Everything's way more complicated. There's 200, 300 more plays. Your schedule is now football. There is no, you know, this and that, this and that. Your life is football. You got homework, but you got, you know, it's the playbook. You know what I'm saying? And to put all that on a rookie, and okay, you draft them, and then they're not even allowed to start working out with the team until the mini camp starts and all that crap. Okay, mini camp. 2-3 weeks go by. Okay, here the games start. Throw them out there. You expect a kid to get all this down pat, you know, learn this system, and that's a lot for him. You know what I mean? That's a lot. And really with nothing, they didn't have, you know, maybe they did. And Taylor was there tearing it up.
I don't think that was the issue with him. I think the issue with him, he was drafted to be the day one starter. So they took him when they did.
Yeah.
And he was doing it, and then I just don't think he was mentally and physically ready for the NFL.
I think he needed a mentor.
He quit. He quit on himself. He quit on the team. He took the play off, and then it was just downhill from there. He may resurrect in a few years. Maybe that's what he's doing. He's riding the pine, learning from
DJ.
Yeah.
Indianapolis Jones or whatever. Indiana Jones. I think that's going to be good for him. I think that's something he needs to do, because Daniel Jones was pretty much in the same situation. He's like, look, man, I got drafted by a team that didn't really have much to offer me. I had a good running back in Saquon, just like you do in Taylor. But having a good quarterback and a good running back will only take you so far.
Yeah.
You gotta have other things, and then if you don't have them, you gotta figure out something else from there. So we got tough schedule here. Saints and Falcons. Ooh. Browns and Raiders. Scary. Jags and Cardinals. Oh, man. So excited. And the Eagles are already beating up on the Cowboys.
Can't wait for that Monday night game. That's going to be a thrill seeker.
Fucking 49ers and the whoever. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Everyone keeps asking me about the Bills. What's going on with your Bills? What's going on with your Bills? I don't know if you guys watched the same game that I watched, but that looked like one of the best defenses in the league.
Texans are one of the top tier defenses in the league.
They couldn't get a push. Bills' problem is they have now, in my opinion, glaring holes in multiple spots, and they're at this point trying to ask too much of Josh Allen. Like, I get the whole Superman thing, but he can't go 6 touchdowns every game. You can't do that to him.
No.
We just lost Spencer Brown. He's hurt out. He's the right guard. Deion Dawkins got dinged up last week. He was out for a little bit. The receivers, I don't know what the fuck are going on with them.
Yeah.
It's like just a group of kids out there. Don't know what they're fucking doing. They're just running around, and Josh Allen's playing 500, just throwing it up. I think he's got more interceptions in the last 5 games than any quarterback. It's because he's getting desperate. No one's getting open. No one's getting separation.
Yeah, you can't. Your quarterback has to find, and he can't run all the time.
Yeah,
can't do it.
And you can only hand the ball off to Cook so many times. They start getting, onto your game plan. To me, I've been saying it for so long, and you can attest to this, that I think McDermott needs to go. I think they need to find an offensive guru style coach that can cater to what Allen needs, can cater to. McDermott is a defensive coach with a terrible defense. If you're going to be specialized in something like defense, become a head coach, that defense better at least be good.
Yeah. Sure.
Like Dan Campbell, he's an offensive coach. He was a tight end. He's played offense. That's what he does. He runs the offense. He has the best offense he could have out there.
Yep.
The Bills don't have that. Outside of Cook and Kincaid when he's healthy, who are you throwing the ball to?
Yeah, that's an issue.
Coleman is one, I think, not good enough for the NFL to be the star that they drafted him to be.
Keon Coleman?
Yeah. He's not mature enough, missing practices and not showing up to meetings. And
that's an issue.
You spend a second round pick on somebody to be the guy. You're our guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm up to it, and you're throwing tantrums. Well,
this isn't the Raiders, man.
Yeah.
You're on a Super Bowl caliber team. There is a certain level of decorum that we expect you to bring to this team, and you're not going to be late for meetings.
There's nothing that pisses me off more than a receiver that cries that they don't get the ball, and then when they get thrown the ball, they don't catch the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Drives me nuts. And it seems like, the Bills receivers aren't publicly crying out for, that they're not getting the ball, but I got to assume lack of production was why Keon's throwing his tantrums.
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't know.
Got some words from Jared Goff here at his post-game press conference. Let me see if I can get this.
Man, yeah, that dude's as good as they come in our league, and he's making his claim across the league as one of the best players, regardless of position, and we're lucky to have him, man. He's so electric, and for him to be able to do that, to supplement some of the struggles we were having was awesome.
kind of energy does it bring a team when you have a guy like that?
A ton of energy, and you can tell the fear in the defense. You know, when the ball gets in his hands, the way they rally to him, and then certainly when he gets to the second level on some of those longer runs, like you can feel the safety, the angle they start taking, and it's a good feeling for us, and it's hard for our defense.
We talked about trusting him as a receiver.
Yeah.
How has that grown? Maybe even more.
Yeah, just more and more reps, and we had some more stuff in for him that we didn't get to today. But he's doing a great job learning these routes, getting better at these routes. His hands are as good as they need to be, and yeah, he does a great job out of the backfield. I probably went to him a couple too many times, honestly, on some of those balls to the sideline. But sometimes, you know, you're playing quarterback, you're trying to be a point guard, and he's the hot hand, and I'm just trying to kind of, if I'm in between, just kind of get it to him. And again, probably one or two too many times.
Who does as much as he has done? Is he as unassuming of a star or low key? Like he barely says much when he talks to us. I don't know how he is with you guys, but
No, he's not. Yeah, he's normal with us.
That's Jared Goff on Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah, he's probably, honestly, the most electric player in the game today. He's Christian McCaffrey-esque. You know, he can tear you up on the field for 127 yards or 200 rushing yards and still go out there and get 70 to 80 receiving yards. There's nothing he can't do offensively. And
He is an animal.
when you have somebody like that on your team, you know, to where you tell him, hey, just go out there and he tell him, hey, just get me the ball and I'll make something happen. You know, that's a saving grace to any offense. You know, you don't really need a good blocking offensive line when all you got to do is, whoop, you know, just dump it off to Gibbs.
Yeah.
Maybe on those deeper routes, yeah, but not necessarily Gibbs.
All those yards he had, was that all purpose or is that his rushing?
I think he had, let's see. Let me see here. I could have swore it was like 200 yards on the ground alone.
That's crazy considering that there was over 1,000 yards between both teams.
He had 219 rushing yards
219 rushing.
and 11 receptions for 45. Wow. He can do anything.
It's crazy. What was the yardage for both teams when it was all said and done?
I think it was like they said
5 and 5.
517 for the Giants, 494 for the Lions.
Hmm.
The Giants had 37 minutes of possession time. The Lions had 9 penalties for 81 yards. Definitely something they're going to have to clean up before Thanksgiving.
Clean up that mess.
4 red zone attempts, 2 for 4 in the red zone, which, come on, you're in the red zone, you got to score. You know what I mean? Yards per rush for Detroit, 11.9. It's a first down every carry. Yards per rush for the Giants, 3.1. Detroit had 3 sacks on the day for a total net loss of 22 yards. Both teams with an interception apiece.
One of those sacks was the game winner.
Yep, Aiden Hutchinson. The potential Defensive Player of the Year award winner. What did he have today? 6 tackles, 4 solo, 1 sack, 2 tackle for loss, 6 quarterback hits on the day. Oof. Yeah, but Jameis is a big boy. He can take those hits. Thanksgiving Day preview.
Was it Lions,
Packers? Yeah.
in Detroit?
Oh yeah, every year. 1 o'clock Thursday. And then their next game is literally the next Thursday.
Oh, they got Thursday night?
Yeah, back-to-back Thursday nighters.
Ooh, who are they playing?
The boys in Detroit. Cowboys. And then they play the Rams the week after that, and then guess what? Another Thursday nighter.
That's fucking crazy that they
On Netflix.
Christmas? What's the date
The 25th
of?
December.
It's Christmas.
What?
Yeah, Netflix has the 3 Christmas
They're
Day
playing on
games.
Christmas. No shit. I had no idea.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. How the Kansas City Chiefs have.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I thought it was
I
just
thought
the Chiefs. I thought it was just
that's what I
them.
thought too.
That's
Great.
we're getting out of control with these holiday games.
That's
man.
crazy. So they got Green Bay, and they got who?
Cowboys.
Cowboys, and then who? Bears.
Rams,
Rams, and then
Steelers,
those are
then Vikings. Then they finish the season with the Bears.
some big games.
Yeah.
6 games.
These next 3 are the biggest.
Packers, you got to gain that game.
You got to win that game. The Cowboys, I mean, you got to win. You got to win
Division
out.
purposes,
you have to win out.
or
You've
conference purposes.
You've got 4 losses on the year, which is double the amount you had all last
Only
year.
game I think that they could afford to lose would be that last one, and that's only if they won the previous 5.
I think the one and I'm not trying to be like Lions are running the table. I think they're beating the Bears. I think they're beating the Vikings. I think they're beating the Steelers. That one's going to be at home. And if Aaron Rodgers plays that game, the crowd's going to tear him up.
I'm worried about Thursday.
The
and
Rams.
I'm worried about the Rams.
The Rams.
They go to LA.
Yes. They are, to me, the NFC favorite.
Oh,
And-
absolutely.
And to be honest,
Stafford's the MVP.
they're the
favorite
Super
for
Bowl favorite
Yeah.
for me. I really like the Rams' chances of winning the Super Bowl. And it's because it's not
They're
they
a
are
team.
good. They
have a
are good,
defense.
but there's no team like Buffalo is having a kind of a down year. Baltimore's definitely having a down year.
Mhm.
Kansas City, yeah, they won, but they're having a down year. Like Philly isn't really doing Philadelphia like the last couple years. How they've been just controlling
Dominant.
games. Yeah. San Francisco isn't that way either anymore. The Lions aren't. It's clear and obvious. You can't trust the Packers to carry the mantle for the NFC and be the favorite. The 8-2 Rams, I think, are the favorites. And I think I like their chances the best coming out of the NFC and going to the Super Bowl. I mean, I'm
I
not
agree.
saying I wouldn't like to see Detroit there, but I'm calling it for how I see it. Better defense. They have an MVP caliber quarterback. And to be honest, if it comes down to Stafford and Drake May for the MVP, Stafford's getting it. Because I think Drake May, the game today, even though they won, kind of said, okay, well, this wasn't a good team. And he struggled from time to time. And his completion percentage isn't what he's usually been averaging. And if Stafford, they play tonight, right? Tonight. I think they're the
Yeah,
8:20.
tonight.
I think the 8:20 game tonight.
Yeah, Rams, Bucks.
If he goes out and just 3 touchdowns, 250, say like no interceptions, he's going to run away with the MVP this year. And you know what? Good for him.
Yeah,
Good for him. He is getting everything that
he wants out of
is
football
coming
before he-
is coming to him. He's
Yeah.
And again, no disrespect towards the Lions, but people say, hey, Stafford, he's got to go. Yeah, he's not good enough to take the Lions to a Super Bowl. His first year off the team, he wins a Super Bowl,
Yeah.
right?
No, you weren't good.
Yeah. You weren't putting together a good enough product to help him. Well, what do we got to do? Put together a defense. Put together a team. Calvin Johnson by himself is not going to get it done. You're throwing to him 40 times a game. That's why the guy has 300 yards a game.
You had to pick who's going to be today, right now, week 12 in the NFL. Who do you think's in the Super Bowl?
Oh, crap. The AFC, putting the Rams there, most
Yeah.
definitely. Dude, the AFC is wide the freak open, dude.
It's almost like it's Rams and blank. Like just
Yeah.
it's just a snippet of each team in the AFC.
Christ, I don't want to sound like a homer, dude. I just don't. I think. Okay. Damn it.
It's tough because like
It hurts me to even
the top teams, like the top teams,
like it hurts me to want to pick anyone over my team, especially Buffalo.
This
But
is
I think Buffalo, like, remember how we said backdoor in it.
yeah.
I think once the playoffs start, and if Buffalo can get into the playoffs, and they have to take that long road through the wild card weekend into the divisional, I think Buffalo will catch steam.
Yeah.
And
They don't
be
have that
able-
hard of a schedule really either.
No, and even if you're as a Buffalo fan, are you looking at the Patriots and saying, "Oh no, it's the
On
Patriots"?
this next game, no, I think.
You see what I
they're
mean?
gonna come back fired up because it's gonna mean something.
Yeah.
As it stands right now in the AFC leaders are Patriots in first place.
Yeah.
Broncos, Colts, Ravens, Chargers, Bills, Jags are the wild card. On the cusp, Steelers, Texans, Chiefs. The Texans could make a push and get in there. I could see that happening. Chiefs are never out of it. They actually one game out of the wild card.
That AFC South is tough. With the exception of Tennessee, you got Indy at 8-3, Jacksonville at 6-4, Houston at 6-5.
Man, as it stands right now, if the playoffs started today, the Lions aren't even
No.
in.
Not even him.
Eagles, Rams, Bears, Bucks, Seahawks, Packers, Niners. And then you got Lions at a 7-4 record on the cusp. So if San Francisco loses tomorrow, Lions will have that last wild card spot.
So it's the top 7 teams in each conference, correct?
Mhm.
So you'd have the Broncos against the Jags, the Colts against the Bills, the Ravens against the Chargers.
So if it were to end right, say Niners lost, Lions slipped into that spot, playoffs started, the Lions would play the Rams.
They'd lose. Lions would lose.
Payback
Especially at
game.
SoFi. Oh, yeah. Especially at SoFi. Philly at 8-2. I'm not sold on them being the number 1 team. I'm just not. I mean, they squeezed by Detroit, and I thought Detroit was going to kind of say, take something away from that game and say, look, this was the Super Bowl champs. Yes, we lost to them, but they only scored 1 touchdown. We didn't lose by much in their home field. We have a lot to take from this that's positive. And then they come home and they do this crap against the Giants. Yeah, so you'd have, the Bears. That just it's just so funny to see that. At the number 3 seed.
That's
Realistically,
crazy.
they're half a game away from being the number 1 seed in the NFC.
It's crazy.
2 games away from being the number 1 team in the league. Maybe it was Ben Johnson.
How did
It seems like it's every year these NFC teams get in. Philly, Tampa, the Rams, Seattle, San Francisco, Green Bay. It's been the same teams for the last 5 teams get in the playoffs for the last 15 years.
Caleb Williams, 239 for 3 touchdowns.
Jesus. The Giants have already been mathematically eliminated from the playoffs.
DJ Moore, 64 and 2 tutties.
How's Tennessee not been eliminated from playoffs yet? That's wild. Yeah, Sunday night, new episode of Dairy tonight. Ooh, man, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do, if there's time this week, like on a Tuesday or Wednesday. Want to come? Oh wait, this is Thanksgiving week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get the kids back until Thursday night, so if you want to come by like Tuesday or Wednesday,
Yeah.
we can do one specifically on the series thus far. We'll do a whole series recap and
Yeah, do a little dairy spooky episode for you guys.
yeah, we'll do the whole series.
Spooky in November.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Never ends around here.
We'll talk about the Easter eggs that we have found. Some theories we have.
Yes, because even though we have been silent on here,
we've been deadly.
Oh yeah. We're
been silent, but we're deadly.
Yeah, we've been. We have many theories and many things that we discuss on a personal level, amongst ourselves off the air. So, yeah, we'll bring that to you. Probably, well, for us it'll be Tuesday or Wednesday. So for you it'll be either
weekendish,
Wednesday or Thursday.
We're gonna try to be more
consistent with our uploading and
hey, tell your friends about us. Those that listen, tell your friends, pass it on. We're thinking about getting some stickers made and gonna hit the town with some stickers. We're gonna sticker up Roseville and Clinton Township and trying to make this grow. And if you want to hear something specific, put it in the comments, text us, message us, give us some feedback. Those that have texted me, I appreciate you. And just let us know what you want to hear. Otherwise, we're just going to keep talking football and movies and goblins and ghouls and Santas. And so we will talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.
guys, have a good night. Out.